Hi, I'm Pamper Crangle, and I'm Tommy's wife. We're getting to tell stories on him this afternoon, so it's really a fun time. One of the stories I wanted to tell actually has to do with how involved Tommy has been in politics over all the years that we've been married. We've been married 15 years, and recently I was talking to a group on behalf of Tommy, and I was explaining to them that he was not able to be involved in partisan politics while he was working at TVA because it's a federal government agency and you just were not allowed to do that there. But he's always been real involved from the standpoint of studying politics and figuring out, what the problems were and how problems ought to be solved and who was doing a good job in Congress and who was not doing a good job in Congress, and he's been telling us that kind of stuff forever. So one of the ladies in this group spoke up when I was explaining about Tommy, his limited involvement in the past. She spoke up and said, "Well, did he even vote?" And I just laughed because I thought of all the times he had talked to us about the importance of voting, and then it reminded me of a time of this story that I'm going to tell you now. When we first married, we married in November, and shortly after we married, we had an election, and he had been talking to me about who to vote for. It seems to me that this was a local election, but he was still very involved in who was running and so forth, and he had been talking to me about who to vote for and telling me, now, this person believes this person believes this person is a real statesman, you need to vote for him, this person is a, this person knows this person doesn't know this, so here's who you need to vote for. And I would say, yes dear, I got it, I understand, and then he'd come back around a couple of days later and say, now we're straight on the vote, right? You know who you're supposed to vote for, and I'd be like, yes dear, I think I have it. So finally, I'm thinking, I'll just be glad when the vote gets here so I can go vote and vote for the right person. And so finally, the voting day came, and we went out to get in the car. And in Chattanooga, we have our paper takes the center section of center page of one of the sections of the paper, and they put a sample ballot on it every year so you can see what the ballot's going to look like before you go to the voting booth. And there, when we went out to get in the car, on my side of the car in the passenger seat was the sample ballot, and he had it all marked up with red check marks all over it. And I was like, what is this? What are you doing? And he goes, I just wanted to be sure you didn't forget who you were supposed to vote for. So he's been on it in terms of politics and studying them for a long, long time, even though he wasn't able to actively run for office. So I just think that's kind of a funny story.